I keep just like putting off doing this video, and I don't really know why. This is the 2024 Trainers Toolkit, and they're just kind of fun to go through. But I think what happens is like I go to sit down to no, I didn't mute my PC. I go to like sit down to film, and I'm like, well, hold on, I can do Trainers Toolkit, or I can do like an ETB. I wonder which one I'm going to do. So it's about time to take a look at this thing. Now, I should clarify off the bat, I don't really do much of actual playing of the TCG. I am primarily a collector, not a flipper or a seller. I haven't sold a card since I started this channel years ago. So how useful this will be to whatever decks you're trying to run, if that's what you're trying to figure out, well, you're going to be kind of on your own as we go through this. So I might, find some interesting things. This channel is primarily entertainment. So we do have what looks like, maybe that is a whole deck. I was gonna say like a half deck, but no, I think that's just like a whole deck here. We have a code card if you want to get this digitally, there you go. Then we have a packet of sleeves, and not my favorite ones that we've seen in these trainer toolkits in the past, but not bad. I do like the kind of teal going on. Then we have some dice right here. I kind of like that shade of green, kind of like mint-like. But you also have a Pokeball symbol on one of them, because that's kind of the trainer toolkit thing. Just Pokeball symbol. We also have condition markers. Oh, we actually have some Stellar Crown in here. So we have 2 packs of Stellar Crown, a Twilight Masquerade, and a Temporal Forces. Then lastly, at the bottom of the box, we have the Trainer's Toolkit Deck Builder's Guide. I would never say that these Trainer's Toolkits are like the best way to start off with a TCG. I just don't think that that's true. But it is a good earlier step. I would always recommend every single time, when you're first starting out, pick up the Battle Academy. It is cheap. It basically turns the TCG into a board game and starts you off with simpler roles. You don't have all the complications. And it's honestly just fun to play with friends, even people who don't know how to play Pokemon, because it's more of a board game version. I would say a Trainer Toolkit would probably be your next pickup, if not just like a themed deck. Because, I mean, you got this to kind of help break things down for you, give you some, like, strategy ideas, and yada yada, if you like to read. So let's go ahead and look at the deck inside. Oh, there's the Peely tab. And if I can get it opened up, there we go. Starting off with the featured card, we have the Squawkabilly EX, 160 health, Squawk and Seize. Once during your first turn, no, during your first turn only, okay. You may discard your hand and draw 6 cards. Can't use more than 1 Squawk and Seize ability during your turn. What do you mean once during your first turn? Okay, I guess you gotta get this guy off the bat. Motivate for 20 damage. Attach up to 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile onto one of your bench Pokemon. Not a bad attack. I mean, it's not gonna hurt anybody. But 2 discarded energy being recycled. That's nice. A second Squawkabilly. Then Professor Sada's Vitality, Professor Turo's Scenario, Ultra Ball, because I mean, deck shuffling is the name of the game. Buddy Buddy, Poffin, Nest Ball, again, you just need them, shuffling your deck. Now, what is her exact thing? So both players have to shuffle their deck. Hold on, shuffles their hand and puts it on the bottom of their deck. Okay, so your entire hand gets shuffled, but then it goes on the bottom. If either player put any cards on the bottom of their deck this way, well, you have to have a hand, right? Each player draws a card for each of their remaining prize cards. Okay, so it basically gives you an advantage if you're already kind of doing well. Switch, of course, it's in every deck. Rare Candy. Electric Generator, one of my favorites with my old Miraidon EX deck. Boss's Orders, Counter Catcher, Lana's Aid. Put up to 3 in any combination of Pokemon that don't have a roll box, and basic energy cards from your discard pile into your hand. So, more just deck cycling, a bit of energy there. Rescue Board for retreat cost, Explorer's Guidance, let you look at the top 6 cards of your deck and put 2 of them into your hand, so that's not a bad little delve. Arvin Tatsugiri, attract customers. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may look at the top 6 cards of your deck, reveal a supporter card that you find there, and put it into your hand. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. It does require a multi-type of fire and water, but you can deal 50 damage. Not too bad for a basic Pokemon. I'm seeing a big theme in this deck. They want you to keep looking at the top of your deck. They want you to keep looking at the top of your deck, or like shuffling your hand to, restart fresh. Like, this deck is heavily based around deck cycling from what I can see. Once during your first turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may search your deck and choose a basic Pokemon you find there, except any Ditto. If you do, discard this Pokemon or all attached cards, then put the chosen Pokemon in its place, then shuffle your deck. Well, luckily, Squawkabilly is a basic, so that would be a way to be like, okay, Ditto, well, now we got our Squawkabilly, Squawk and Seize, so, okay, good way to get him earlier. Techno Radar, you can only use this card if you discard another card from your hand. Search your deck for up to 2 future Pokemon, reveal them and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Energy Retrieval, of course, Jet Energy, Bug Catching Set. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. You may reveal up to 2 in any combination of Grass Pokemon and Basic Grass Energy. You put it into your hand, shuffle the other cards back into your deck. So you can just pull 2 energy, you can get 2 grass, whichever you choose to go for there. I guess it's not entirely choice if you just don't get what you're looking for. Discard a special energy from one of your opponent's Pokemon. Okay, so we are seeing a bit of punishment to their field here, but like it's not a lot. Like a lot of what we're seeing, like discard your hand and draw 7 cards, right? Like we're seeing a lot of like self changes and not much to really punish the other player like that enhanced hammer. Yeah, Techno Machine Evolution, you have Ditto again, Jet Energy again, Tatsugiri, Switch, Turo, Rescue Board, Buddy Poffin, Lana's Aid. What does this one do? You can only use this card if you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent. Switch one of your opponent's benched Pokemon to the active spot. Okay, so there's a bit more punishment. Boss's Orders, switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to an active spot. Of course, Boss's Orders is, once again, one of those cards you get in basically every single deck. You can discard only if you discard another card from your hand. Search your deck for up to 2 basic energy cards, shuffle them, and then put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So, more and more energy searching, or, electric generator, more energy searching. Like, again, I get it, that is what Pokemon's about, man. You are just doing whatever you can to cycle through your deck to pull exactly what you need as early as possible. But I think this deck takes that, like, all the way. So, interesting deck there. Again, not an expert, barely even touched the actual gameplay anymore. I do Pocket, which I haven't been on that much lately. I need to get back to it. But let's start opening packs. I kind of want to say the Stellar Crown at the end, so let's start off with this Temporal Forces. Yeah, I do like deck reviews on this channel. It has been a bit, but I'm planning on doing some more soon. When I say reviews, they are first looks. Just like that, I had no idea what I was looking at. I haven't researched it to learn how to properly use it, what cards need to be swapped out, and all of that. And it's kind of interesting in learning about it. And it's less so in the trainer toolkit, because me and my wife will actually do occasionally like Pokemon battles against each other. And so we'll use pre-constructed decks to do that with. And so I really like this, like, kind of collecting pre-constructed decks and kind of seeing what they can do. Okay! We have Morty's Conviction. Not a bad looking card, and definitely not one that I had before. I love getting some full art trainers. I've said it before on the channel. My luck with full art trainers used to be so bad. Like, that part of my binder was like a page. And that luck, like, slowly turned around over time, and now we have another one to add. But, like, it's still a thing in the back of my head when I'm out in, like, a card store or something, to, like, if I see a full art trainer, like, I'm buying it. Because my brain still tells me, hey, buddy, you don't have many of those. You need more of them. Like, not really. Like, obviously, if I want the card, I want the card. But, like, my brain still tells me, like, hey, that's, like, the smallest part of your collection. Grow that. Venipede, Ninetales, and the Blood Moon Ursaluna EX. 2 hits in this trainer's toolkit. I always feel like I just get such good luck out of these things, man. Like, maybe I'm remembering wrong, because it has been a while since I've done one. Of course, it's one of those things where, like, once you buy one, there's not really a point in buying another. Like, it's, you know, not really worth it for the packs, unless it's, like, you know, you get it at, like, a good price or something, like, you get it cheap. But, like, so I basically open a trainer's toolkit a year, because, to my knowledge, they're just, like, a yearly release. We have the Slowpoke, Reboot, and a Dreadnought. Okay, no hit in that one. It would have been, like, honestly super exciting if we just went, you know, 100% pull rate, like one in every pack, that would have been fantastic. But that's not usually how my luck goes. We have the score button. I say that when I pulled the best card in Prismatic Evolutions in my first ever pack. So, like, maybe my luck is a bit higher than I tend to give it. We have the Vika Volt Eldegoss, the Skyscraper Man, and a Hollow Melmetal. Hey, 2 for 2. I won't complain. Like, 4 packs, you get the Blood Moon Ursaluna EX. Not, like, super exciting, but it's a very nice-looking card. Like, I do like Blood Moon Ursaluna. I want to put one of my favorites, but it's a very, like, bestial Pokemon, and I'm kind of a fan of it. But then, we also got a Full Art Trainer. Like, out of 4 packs, like, that's pretty good. I wish every video was a 50% pull rate. Anyways, it is now time for the bonus card of the day. Explanations will be right down there in that corner. As always, we are playing Guess the Year, pulling from the back, and we have a kind of warped card, probably been in a binder, or like a stack of sleeved cards. Aside from that little bit of warping, it's not looking too bad, like, pretty good condition. I'm gonna assume it's pretty new. I'm gonna go 2024. Yeah, real close. Real close to 2024. We have from Pokemon... God, why'd I forget the name of the set? Why'd I forget the name? Celebrations! From Pokemon Celebrations, we have the Shining Magikarp. Yeah, it's just one of the cards I haven't pulled from Celebrations. Like, there are a number of cards I haven't pulled, but every time I, find one that I don't have yet, I gotta pick it up, because honestly, I'm probably pretty close to having a master set, which is wild for me to say, because, like, I don't do master sets. I don't got that kind of money. But I loved Celebrations. It was a really cool set, and while these, like, reprinted cards probably aren't worth all that much, I'm not in it for the money. So, happy to have that Shining Magikarp. Now it gets to go in a pile to only be seen once in, every blood moon. Get it? Because Ursaluna. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, all of that fun stuff. You know what? I don't even know how good of a quality the video is, but if you want to see the last Trainer's Toolkit I did, I'm going to leave a link up here. I'm also going to have a playlist of all of my Pokemon videos on this side, and Discord right here-ish. I really hope that you guys enjoyed, and hopefully I will see all of you next time. Goodbye for now.